For centuries, the Cathari were feared as the strongest species in the known galaxy. Towering reptilian giants with muscle-like woven steel cables, their empire had conquered a dozen star clusters through sheer brute force and iron discipline. On every battlefield, their shock troops led the charge while weaker allies fell in line behind them. So when the Galactic Accord called for a joint demonstration of force against the Vorik swarm, a rogue hive species threatening the trade routes, everyone assumed the Cathari would spearhead the assault. Their flagship, the Blood Oath, arrived first in orbit above the lifeless planetoid the Vorik had infested. Dozens of other species rallied around it, delicate Seraphine pilots, armored engineers, and, somewhere in the back, a ragtag Terran contingent, humans in battered ships that looked more like deep space cargo haulers than warbids. General Koresh, commander of the Cathari Vanguard, towered over the other delegates at the orbital briefing. His claws flexed as he scanned the room full of so-called allies. The Cathari shall strike first, he growled, fangs glinting in the holomap's blue glow. We shall break the swarm's front lines. The rest of you will follow and mop up what remains. A Seraphine tactician shifted nervously. General, the humans wish to deploy differently. Koresh sneered. His golden eyes flicked toward the back of the chamber where a handful of Terran officers leaned against the wall, hands in their pockets, chewing ration bars as if they were half asleep. Terrans, Koresh barked, voice dripping with contempt. Why do you always sit in the back? Do you fear to stand with warriors? One of the humans, a lean captain named Rivera, just shrugged. Nah, we're fine where we are. Koresh spat an insult in his native tongue and ended the briefing. Hours later, the Cathari strike pods rained down on the planetoid's crust, carving trenches through the Vorik spore towers. The other species moved in behind them, forming ranks, plugging gaps, and supporting the Cathari vanguard. And the humans? They deployed dead last. Koresh smashed through a tunnel of chitin, his fists pulverizing a Vorik drone into a spray of ichor. His warriors pressed deeper, but the tunnels were shifting, alive. Each breach sealed behind them with resin and flesh. They were surrounded before they knew it. The Cathari roared, clawing and tearing. But for every Vorik they crushed, 5 more poured through the walls. The other species fared no better. Engineers were overrun. Seraphine pilots, on foot and out of their element, fell back in confusion. Koresh's comm crackled with panic. General, they're cutting us off. And then, through the static, came an unfamiliar voice. Calm, amused, almost bored. Hey Scales, you stuck down there? Koresh snarled. Who is this? Captain Rivera, Terran Corps. Sit tight. Koresh bared his fangs. You dare mock me now, human? Where are you? Before he could finish, the cavern roof above him erupted. Rock and Vorik flesh alike vaporized under a focused blast of seismic charges. Dust and ichor rained down as bulky shapes dropped through the smoke. Terran exosuits, clad in matte black armor, each wielding massive thermal lances and mag cannons. One of them landed beside Koresh, cracked its neck, and fired a burst that shredded a swarm beast twice its size. The human pilot's faceplate flickered open, revealing Rivera's grin. Sup, Scales? Koresh blinked. Why are you here now? Why not strike first? Rivera fired another burst. Because you like to punch walls until you break your knuckles. We like to see where the walls are weakest. You're the hammer. We're the crowbar. All across the cavern, Terran units blew fresh breaches in the tunnels. They planted charges along choke points, herded the Vorik into kill zones, then collapsed entire chambers with pinpoint detonations. Where the Cathari roared and brawled, the humans cut and bled the swarm like surgeons. Hours later, the Vorik swarm's hive mind lay in smoldering ruins. The Cathari dragged themselves out through Terran-made tunnels, muddy, battered, but alive. Back aboard the Blood Oath, Koresh approached the Terran's corner of the Victory Hall. They sat there, feet up on crates, laughing and passing around protein packs. Koresh loomed over Rivera. Why do you always sit in the back, human? Rivera shrugged, cracking open a water bottle. Simple. Up front, you're the shield. The middle? Cannon fodder. But in the back? He pointed to his temple, tapping it twice. That's where the brains sit. Koresh growled, but it wasn't anger, it was something close to respect. He clapped Rivera's shoulder hard enough to crack metal plates. Next time, Terran, you will sit beside me. Rivera flashed his wolfish grin. Careful what you wish for, Scales. We bite. In that moment, the Cathari learned what the galaxy had forgotten. Humans don't lead the charge. They finish the fight.